who you are and they don't care. Well, I've been there too, and it's not over for you, I swear.
Alright, so this week we literally have like the last batch of things that need to happen before we can start driving this thing. So I've already started pulling off the armor. The armor is going to paint this week. We're gonna do some powder coat on it. We're gonna do the same powder coat that's on these fenders already. It matches the OEM Patriot Blue pretty freaking good, as you can see here. Little different sheen, but we'll make it work. It's like really hot again, so I'm gonna just take my time. We're gonna pull this armor off, and then we have to work on limit straps and emissions, and we're good. Whew. All right, so we got our rock sliders removed. Jeep's looking good. I spray painted all our holes under there. I got most of the bolts out of the corners. I want to wait for some backup to take those out and hold these things up, because steel corners turn out to be really heavy. So I measured for my limit straps. I'm gonna get those on order. I have all the hardware. I just needed to measure my lengths. And yeah, now I'm gonna work on welding up the bumper. I'm a little bit worried for this part of the project, but I feel really calm right now, and I think it's a good time for me to sit down and put a couple beads down. So I'm not gonna lie, this bumper isn't exactly perfect, but it's gonna look really good no matter what. So the next challenge I have coming up is filling in this gap here. I think I had to do some patching on this upper sheet metal, and it got a little warped, just so enough to make my measurements a little off. So that's gonna be a fun gap to fill. I'm just gonna have to go for it, and either way, it's gonna end up looking great. I know I can put a little filler piece in there, but we'll see what happens. And here she is, baby. Dang, look how clean that looks. And of course, the microphone died on me. But anyway, I'm really happy with how these welds right here came out. And that recovery point is Frenched in there, and it's welded top and bottom, so it should be really strong. I like how slim it looks, and you can still get easy access to it. And I'm just like really happy with how the overall shape came together on that. I had to get some really slim welds on the winch plate in there so I can still fit a fair lead, and then I just kind of ground out these edges. It's definitely a little on the rough side, but I kind of wanted it like that so people, it's more of like a conversation piece. And then I still need to clean up the steering box plates. They're just very square while everything else is rounded and stuff, but I'm just happy to have the thing together in one piece. Alright, so now we have a lot of our prep work done, and it is time to get these parts off to the paint shop. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna throw them in the back of the truck, and there we go. These things are gonna look so good. I'm going with a misty blue from Prismatic Powders. This is pretty much how it's going to look. Obviously it'll be a more refined look, but it's gonna be so nice to see this thing. It's gonna be so nice to see this thing in one color. It's gonna look a lot less of a project, so I'm really excited for that. And then when we get back later, we're gonna continue on the bumper project. Here is what I knocked out the other night. I am gonna smooth out these welds because this was a huge gap to fill, and I just couldn't get the welds to fill it nicely. But I am gonna leave these welds on the rings. Obviously my metal's dirty, so I got splatters everywhere, but we'll clean that all up. We're gonna work on cleaning this up. I don't think my fair lead will fit with this lip here, but otherwise I would leave that. I still might. I'm gonna try and test fit it on there. And then obviously I'm gonna have to get like my burr grinder out to get it all here. This didn't come out too great, so I might lose that. Nah, I can't. So yeah, and we're gonna blend all this in. We gotta pull it off. We gotta weld the whole bottom, and then hopefully she fits back on there after all that heat gets in it. All right, guys, let's get this bumper done. One of the last things I need to do is get this bumper done to really clean up the looks, and then we're gonna get the paint back. She's gonna look all pretty, and then I just have to paint up my bump stop cans, get those limit straps on there, and we're golden. We're so golden. I have a big surprise coming in probably about 2 months, and this thing needs to be done. So let's get some work done on this thing. So our first little test fit after all the welding went pretty well. We got the 4 bolts in the top of the frame here. And now I just need to work on the plates that are gonna go on the bottom of the bumper for these little brackets to tie into. This one actually had tacked on and it fell off, but this one is good to go. So we're just gonna line that one back up and go for it. I've already put a bolt through there so I know it's gonna work, but dang, she's looking good. Gives this thing a lot of character and just cleans up the look a lot. So this is like literally the last like piece of the puzzle. After this, I just need to drive the thing. So yeah, we're gonna get these straps on there. Just went and picked up a whole bunch of new hardware. Some fresh zinc hardware to match everything. So we're gonna throw those on there. And then we're done underneath, except for that breather hose that I can't find where it goes. All right, and so, oh boy, turn the volume down. And so, just like that, we have all of the limit straps on there. Here's how the rear came out. Looks pretty good. And bam. So, that's gonna conclude it. Short video, I apologize for that, but really big stuff coming up. And I'm really excited to have this thing done. My next video or so, we're gonna have to do the thermostat, and I'm kind of thinking that's part of my emissions issues, but like the nuts and bolts fabrication of this thing is finally done and feels really good. She's looking really good, and I appreciate all the support from everybody and all the kind words, and I can't wait to get out there and participate in the Jeep world.
They don't know who you are and they don't care. Well, I've been there too, and it's not over for you, I swear. So when